Mm-mm. Yeah. Yeah.
All right, everybody, thank you for joining us for AM Rockland's news on this lovely yet rainy and cold morning. All these things.
We're about to have a heat advisory.
All the things. It's a heat
hot.
advisory. Oh, my goodness. How are you doing today, Mike?
I am moving and grooving.
Turn off the music completely.
I'm turning off the music.
F this, we're getting into it.
We're getting right into it. It's going to be hot, folks.
Yeah.
Hot. And you know, there's lots of places to go that have air conditioning. Like Kobe Sushi.
Oh, yeah. We want to thank Kobe Sushi for an amazing time last Friday. We had jazz music night with the Blue Orchid Jazz Bands. It's a three-piece trio with Rhea Vogel on vocals, and Vogel was vocal, and she was fantastic at it.
And this is their new day, because normally it's Wednesdays and Saturdays.
Yes, and now it's also on Fridays. They're also going to be there this Friday for Leslie's social group. And if you know Leslie, she has social groups all over the place up in Fiesta Acapulco. She also has it over at Mekong District in Nyack. And now she's taking the show over to Kobe Sushi, located in New City, New York. And if you mention Rockland's News, you get 15% off your entire sushi order. Minimum $75, but it's a fantastic thing. Mike, tell us about the weather.
The weather, well, let's see. The hippy dippy weather is going to be hot. As I said, we are about to experience a heat advisory the next couple of days. Going to get scorching hot. Now, as far as today's going to get, by the afternoon, it's going to get up into the 80s, and it's going to be so humid, it's going to rain. There should be lightning and thunder, and you should enjoy it from the comfort of your own house. Now, heat and stuff. And right now, it's 69 degrees, and it's, what time is it? Let's see. We're at like 8:30. So it's going to get stupid hot. So everybody hydrate. Make sure you stay cool. If you're inside, make sure you still get up and stretch, because, you know, it's good for your body to move around. But it's going to be a hot one today, folks. So be prepared. Drink extra water. Make sure your dogs are not walking out on the pavement, because you're going to burn their little paws. That's not cool. And that's what the deal is. Cool. No, it's actually hot. So
the rest of the week?
The rest of the week, like I said, it's going to get hot and it's going to get stormy. So be prepared for the rain.
How about the temperature?
Hot. It's going to be hot. Stupid hot.
Yeah.
It's going to be stupid hot, like 90s hot. And rain a whole lot. Tom is fixing some technical difficulties. I think it's the technical difficulties in his mind. But it's almost time for us to talk about.
I was just taking a step back in order to note the temperatures, like 86, 90, 83.
It's hot.
Okay, fine. It's hot. I was trying to encourage you from afar, but now
it's just not hot. It's just hot.
Encouragement stops now. That's it.
If you have a broken air conditioner, what do?
You go to Easy Temp.
Right?
You go to Easy Temp.
So remember that, folks. If your refrigerator has died, if your air conditioning has died, because it's about to get really hot.
Commercial refrigeration, heating, air conditioning, and cooling. EasyTemp.net, located in Hackensack, New Jersey. They take care of all your commercial refrigeration needs. And on top of that, they service the entire Hudson Valley. So
I hear they love coming to Rockland.
If you got a deli case, if you got a restaurant, if you got some meat that you got to cool down.
I got to cool down my own meat.
Easy Temp. EasyTemp.net. Yeah. And that's ask for Mark. Tell him Rockland News sent you.
So what's going on in the news today, Tom?
Well, we got an F-ton of news.
F-ton.
F-ton. We'll thank our sponsors in a little while, but let's head on down to the news. Governor Kathy Hochul and several Latino leaders have called a press conference at the Palisade Center to unveil Proyecto Faro, a new initiative aimed at directing state and private investment to Puerto Rican, Dominican, and other Latinx communities in Rockland County. As a half Latin American, I'm not sure how I feel about Latinx. I guess they're trying to say it's like any Latino, but we already had the word Latino. Why do you have to put an X in there? I don't get it.
I hear there has been some debate about that, mostly in the Latin communities
Is it
about
about like the letter being misogynist?
I don't know. I think
Yeah,
it's something about that, but, like,
X's and O's.
well, I'm not a Spanish speaker, but from what I understand, when you put the O at the end, it's male. If you put an A at the end, it is female in the language. Is that still correct?
I guess.
Again, not I speak 2 languages, English and bad English, so
Yeah. I don't know. It's all things change at all times for every reason possible. So yeah, Latinx communities in Rockland County, but Proyecto Faro, which actually sounds kind of like I don't know. I can't explain it. It's like
ipso
if
facto,
I was in no, if it, like a Colombian faction of Proyecto Faro.
like the next, like,
Yeah, something
super
like
leader
that.
or something.
Yeah, yeah, pretty much. Anyway, the event scheduled for 2 p.m. on Friday, June 10th, will highlight significant funding for small business support, workforce training, and cultural programs.
That's
Organizers,
today,
I know, I know, except it's not. It's for Friday, June 10th.
but it says Wednesday, June 10th here right here on my calendar.
Where are you looking?
Over here that says Wednesday, June 10th.
Okay, but
How can Friday and Wednesday be both
oh,
June
yeah, yeah,
10?
yeah, yeah, yeah. On Friday, June 12th, okay. What is going on today? This is an interesting show.
We have timelines merging. We have weirdness. We have days.
Yep.
We have magic.
And crickets. And,
Jumpin' Yiminy.
and also
That's how Tom's feeling this morning. A little wah, wah, wah,
I
wah.
think that's the only thing that went right on this podcast thus far is our ability to manage the soundboard.
Oh, boy.
How's everybody doing out there? Hopefully you're having
Uh,
a good time
I
figuring
hope
out what's
everyone's
going
staying
on.
cool, staying hydrated, eating the good things.
I'm going to guess that we make it through maybe 4 stories on the calendar here today.
Well, let's go to our dear friend Amy Conklin Stam
Oh
in
yeah,
her
that's right.
town, because the next thing is in Stony Point. The town of Stony Point is inviting residents to a World Cup viewing party and community celebration at Veterans Memorial Park on Saturday, July 27th. The free event, scheduled from 2 p.m. until late evening, will feature live broadcasts from the tournament games on a jumbo screen, food vendors, children's activities, and a performance by local bands. Officials expect the event to attract hundreds of soccer fans and encourage attendees to bring picnic blankets and lawn chairs. The town also plans to honor local youth soccer teams during halftime of the televised match.
Fabulous. St. Thomas Aquinas College psychology professor Dr. Megan Ingstrup, hope I said that right, has earned a 2024-2025 Fulbright U.S. Scholar Award to study postpartum mental health in Suriname. That's a elaborate
Suriname.
word there. I've never encountered that word. The award will allow Dr. Ingstrup to collaborate with midwives and community health workers to examine cultural attitudes toward postpartum depression and to test interventions such as peer support groups and telehealth counseling. College officials note that this is the first Fulbright at St. Thomas Aquinas in more than a decade and say the work could improve maternal mental health services across the Caribbean and Latin America.
All right.
Back to you, Mike.
So, Nyack. Nyack is highlighting preparations for its village annual Pride Festival for Saturday, June 22nd. This event, which runs along Main Street and Broadway, will feature a parade, live music, multiple stages, drag performances, children's activities, and more than 70 vendors. Organizers expect record attendance and emphasis that the festival raises funds for Rockland County LGBTQ plus youth programs, and volunteers are still needed for setup and cleanup. And let me tell you, folks, when Nyack puts on an event, parking is at a premium.
Yeah,
So
it
get
gets
there
very,
early.
very, very packed in terms of parking.
And I don't care what the event is. when Nyack puts on a show, they put on a show.
Oh yeah, they do.
Like Joe Rand knows what he's doing when it comes to doing events and being supportive of the arts. So go out, support the arts, support your local craftspeople. There's this is literally Main Street USA.
Indeed.
Go find those folks and vote with your dollar.
Yes, and it's a very festive area in Nyack as far as like there's music and a lot of things to do. The food is awesome, and you can learn more about them if you head over to Visit Nyack. Just do a Google search for it. Actually, Mayor Rand over there organized a team to build a few new websites to showcase the tourism of Nyack.
Right? So
It's pretty cool.
tell all your LGBTQ plus friends that are not from Rockland to come visit Nyack on that day.
I'll go one further. Just tell your friends.
Well, I'm talking about
I know.
if you're going to
I know.
celebrate the day. I want all of our friends from Rockland to be there, but
Right.
to bring in to piggyback on the tourism.
Mike,
comment.
I'm kidding. Don't worry.
No, I'm just saying.
It's like, hey, come to the Italian American Club. You got to be Italian or you got no.
I was an Italian. I got to go.
All right, let's do another story here. So, the town of Stony Point viewing party. You did the World Cup viewing party already,
I
right?
did that already.
Okay, so we'll do this one. This is item number 4, ladies and germs. Rockland County's Department of Health has officially launched a Medical Reserve Corps, MRC, calling for volunteers from medical and non-medical backgrounds to assist during public health emergencies. It reminds me of when during Hurricane Sandy and afterwards we did the disaster recovery thing over at what was it? The Rockland County Communication Center, the fire training center over there.
Well, folks, we're not having a hurricane, but along with this heat wave, as I'm noticing a couple of points down, we're going to get some heavy winds. So tie your stuff down.
We will be, yeah.
Bring in your umbrellas. So not only will it be hot, not only will we have lightning and thunder and thunderbolts and lightning, very, very frightening.
Yeah.
Lots of winds. Tie your stuff down.
Yep. Also, Health Commissioner Dr. Patricia Schnabel Rupert says that the MRC will provide training in emergency preparedness, vaccination clinics, shelter support, and health education. Volunteers must be 18 or older to commit to annual training. Physicians, nurses, and EMTs can provide clinical services, while non-medical volunteers support logistics and outreach. Very technical, too. Might want to sign up for that because I'm a nerd. I enjoy doing things that are helpful. The move follows lessons from COVID-19 when local resources were stretched thin. And I know, Mike, there's certain cases like over the last 15, 20 years where it's like the whole community just kind of gets together and they help each other out. It's pretty cool.
And it goes back to everything we've been saying about supporting your local Rocklanders, your fellow citizens, because at a certain point, having these extended supply lines that we do in America, sometimes stuff's just not there. And we in Rockland have most of what we need to survive and thrive if we take care of one another.
Absolutely. And that is the golden rule.
Right? So not that we want to dismiss anyone over in Westchester or Orange or any of that kind of thing, but we in Rockland need to take care of Rockland. You need to take care of your local citizens, your neighbors. And we're all neighbors to one another.
Exactly. And sometimes even got to take care of some big business. So, according to regional business reporters, Pearl River-based IT company CourtX, hey, maybe they could talk with Latinx. Anyway, CourtX has announced plans to acquire the assets of Twin Wire Media, a smaller digital marketing agency headquartered in Nanuet. CourtX CEO Andrew Kaplan said the purchase will expand the company's digital advertising and analytics capabilities and is expected to create 20 new jobs in Rockland County. RC Biz Journal reports the deal valued at approximately $2 million, which actually is the same dollar amount that they put into Breakpoint Bowling located in West Haverstraw, New York.
That was a great segment.
That's right, ladies and germs. Check this out. Over at broke myself there.
I mean, you broke me earlier too. So like you are getting the break point points.
Yeah, sometimes I gotta like kind of piece things together. But and it's true.
He's in a groove, folks.
It's true because they did put $2 million into Breakpoint Bowling, and it's a beautiful facility. I mean,
and to call it just a bowling place, it's truly an entertainment center now.
It is, yeah. They got the laser tag on the side room. They also have an arcade for the kids, 20 lanes of bowling.
I have a question. Do you have to be a kid to play in the arcade? I really like arcades.
You can actually, I've already tried that premise out, and you can just go in and you can play video games even if you're 99 years old, which is
Wait.
awesome.
Did you know that they changed Lego now?
To what?
It's now 100 plus for David Attenborough. It's true.
Okay, all right.
It's true, folks. You can be now 100 and play with Legos. Legos used to cut you off at 99 years old.
Uh-huh.
Now you can be 100.
I can dig it. I can dig it. Anyway, RC Biz Journal reports the deal valued at approximately $2 million. And by the way, Breakpoint Bowling is located in West Haverstraw, New York. And there's going to be some things that Rockland News is doing over there over the next few months.
Well, I think all of our listeners should go check it out before we even get there and do what we're doing so they know what we're talking about.
Yeah. That $2 million deal will be finalized by early July, pending regulatory approval. The journal also notes that Cortex has grown rapidly by acquiring local startups and now has more than 150 employees. Maybe they'll try and acquire me. Good luck with that.
I mean, everybody's got a price.
Yeah, well, Ralph Waldo Emerson didn't. The Rockland Post reports that the town of Clarkstown has reached a settlement with the village of Nyack, ending a 3-year legal dispute over police services fees. Under the agreement, Nyack will pay Clarkstown a reduced annual fee for police coverage, while the town forgives accumulated late fees. Village officials said the dispute strained budgets, and the settlement clears the way for both municipalities to collaborate on shared services like road maintenance and emergency dispatch. An official signing ceremony is planned next week.
Well, folks, I have spoke on the heat, and the rain. And just to give you the full Rockland report,
Yeah.
it's warning residents that a possible flash flooding, scattered power outages, heavy thunderstorms will be moving across Hudson Valley. So get your candles ready, get your flashlights ready,
Get your shine box.
to shine. Is that so you can make the moonshine?
This is the Goodfellas reference.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Anyway, go and get the things that you need ahead of time. A little preparedness is going to make the heavy winds and the raining and all of that a little bit easier for the rest of us to deal with, including you. So be prepared. It's coming. It's coming today. It's coming tomorrow. Go do your thing.
Rain,
Exactly.
rain on me.
Like the Who.
Rain on me. All right, what do we got next?
The Rockland County Times says public hearings on the Rockland County's 2026 budget will begin next week. Proposed spending includes increased funding for mental health services, repairs to crumbling infrastructure, and expansion of the county's bus network. Republican legislators have signaled concerns about the proposed property tax increase, while Democrats argue that the investments are necessary to maintain services. Residents are encouraged to attend the hearings and submit comments online.
Mm-hmm.
And listeners, if you don't want to go do that and you still have a voice, you still have questions, please reach out to us at rocklandnews.com/alerts.
Alert. All right, we got something from across the river, or actually, no, not across the river, up north in Orange County. The Hudson Valley Press has announced that the city of Newburgh will host a new Riverfront Film Festival in July. The festival, organized by the not-for-profit Hudson Valley Artists Collaborative, will screen independent films under the stars along the Hudson River waterfront. Screenings will be free, with a suggested donation supporting local arts education. Organizers say that the festival aims to highlight stories from diverse voices and to draw visitors to Newburgh's revitalizing downtown. Now, I have to, as a Rocklander that's been to Newburgh, I do have to indicate this, and I'm not encouraging people to not travel. I'm actually encouraging people to explore and everything like that. But do a little bit of research when you go, because I've been to Newburgh and I know that they try to promote it and so on and so forth. And it does have the largest Main Street in all of the Northeast. Fun fact.
Really?
Yeah, even more than Saratoga.
I did not know that.
Now, if you compare Saratoga to Newburgh, Saratoga wins. All
I
right.
mean, it's a bit more affluent.
There's different restaurants and like just the craft breweries, a lot of things to experience. Now, granted, they have a racetrack up there, and Newburgh does not. So the thing to note is like, if you go to Newburgh, it's cool. The Riverfront Film Festival, I'm sure it's going to be awesome. But learn about what you want to do there, and then make a weekend of it.
Well, and there are certain blocks of Newburgh that you have to be wary about when you walk down.
That's
Just
kind of what I was getting at.
so be mindful of
Hmm.
where you are. Be mindful. It's not like Rockland where we are all supposed to be good Rocklanders together.
Right.
Let's keep the violence down, folks.
True. Unless you're playing metal. Now let's talk about metal.
Why should there be violence in metal?
I think it helps take the male spirit for winning, or to achieve something, or just to accomplish like something that's very challenging, which we all have in our lives. Let's face it. I mean, you, me, everybody. It's there's an inner fire to some of the metal that gets played. An example.
But why violence? Why not just aggression?
Well, I mean, there are other bands that just talk about aggression and not violence.
True.
But the violence in the songs doesn't necessarily have to correlate with like physical violence, or human violence, even.
Okay.
A good example would be Meshuggah has, and that's a death metal band. It's very well known. They're not from Rockland, but we'll give them a pass.
They're crazy.
And they talk about things like the bees. There's a song called Swarm, and all it is the lead singer for like about 4 minutes going rah 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 rah
And
rah rah,
I
and
some of us don't understand why that's pleasurable.
I listen to it and I'm just like, I want to be you. I want to be you. I'm just like I am enjoying the and I'm just like, I wish I could do that with my voice. And for those of you that don't
You
know,
just did that with your
I
voice.
do have an insecurity with my voice. I've always had it. Like, I'm not supposed to be talking, and I know I talk out of turn a lot. I just came to the conclusion it's like, why not? If I had a choice between talking and not talking, I think I would want to talk. And the reason why
Tell us why.
is to show one's own sincerity when connecting with other fellow human beings.
Okay.
Now, the other end of it is the willingness to listen, which is, it's something we develop over time. I mean, I'm still fucking working on it, but it's, I think the ability for us as human beings to communicate has been probably a life changer for a lot of people.
Well, and there's the next evolution to that. There's communication and then there's understanding,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Because
I agree.
we can speak at one another and not necessarily get your point and your thoughts across because you need to speak in a way that somebody else can hear you.
Yeah.
And we might, Tom and I speak English and bad English together. We're not always understanding what the other person's saying, even though we're using words that we know.
Exactly. Like, even for instance, like at the beginning of the show today, we were just like, we got through a few articles, we did the weather and this and that, but I would say we had the emotional intelligence to be like, we'll take a mulligan and then we'll get back to the cool stuff in a few minutes, which we did.
I mean, yeah, that happens. It
Mhm.
happens.
Yeah. So
Um,
a lot of
and
stuff happening. Yeah.
one of the next things that's going on,
Hmm.
going back to Stony Point, they are planning for the bicentennial. They are gearing up. I mean, they the Stony Point battlefield is right there in Stony Point, as the name suggests.
Oh yeah.
Um, they're going to do a fireworks show there at some point. There's been reenactments going on there for years, but of course, this year, um, town historian Elizabeth Schultz invites residents to share family stories and artifacts for an exhibit on Stony Point's history. Fundraising will begin this summer to cover the costs. So, folks, go up to Stony Point Battlefield if you've never been there. It's a beautiful park. Um, there is a lighthouse there that we can check out the actual point of Stony Point. Um, there is so much history in this county. I remember back many decades ago when I was just about to get married. My father-in-law, who was from Chicago and then moved out to California,
Hmm.
was here visiting, and he was wide-eyed and amazed at all of these sites that we have in Rockland, Orange County. And I took it all for granted because as an elementary kid, we'd
Yeah.
go up to Bear Mountain all the time.
It's
You'd
like,
go out and
yeah,
do the
big
thing,
deal,
like
right?
another Rev site, right? Folks, we are so rich in history, so much so that our citizens take it for granted. And I want to encourage you all to go check out some of these spots, to go understand what happened, to go understand what happened 250 years ago to bring us to the point that we're at. Tom, you have a degree in history, and one of the things what we talk about, one talks about in history, is why we study this, so we don't repeat the bad things.
Exactly.
So, folks, become informed, become educated, learn about the cultures that are right next to your fellow citizens, and go check out the cool stuff we have in Rockland. We have a cool bunch of sponsors.
Very many
And
sponsors.
most of them are from Rockland, and if they are not from Rockland, they certainly wanna support Rockland.
It's people that want to know your name. They want to hang out with you. They want to help you. They want to feed you. They want to hook you up with some really cool drinks or a watch party with the Knicks, which is happening. There's one tonight, there's one on Friday. Jazz music, bagels,
Healthcare.
sushi, healthcare, banking. I mean, I mean, I sent out the sponsor list the other day to
Mhm,
someone
mhm.
from I won't name names because he's very helpful, but he's also in the news. We're colleagues. I like him a lot. He's a good dude. But I sent him the entire sponsor list. He's like, "Wow, you guys are growing," and I took that as a compliment because he's an accomplished reporter. I don't want to call him a veteran yet because he could probably beat me in the 50-yard dash or whatever. But yeah, we got some good sponsors out there. So first of all, we got Work Smart New York Business Boot Camp, Yabu Fence Company, Dana Pest Control, Easy Temp located in Hackensack, New Jersey. Mike, you want to take the next three or four?
Fiesta Acapulco and Stony Point, Kobe Sushi in New City with their jazz music lounge. Now on Fridays as well as Wednesdays and Saturdays.
Right.
Um, Breakpoint Bowling over there in Havistraw. We mentioned them earlier.
Mm-hmm.
One of my favorite places to get a breakfast sandwich is Whole Shot Bagels in Havistraw.
And if you mention Rockland's News, you will get a free bagel.
Um, and going on to some healthcare folk, we have Stony Point Massage, Ivy Rehab Physical Therapy in West Havistraw. Um, we have let's see who else is on our list. If you need to send a package or get business cards made, the UPS store in West Havistraw really wants to help you out.
Plus, they do great business cards. I've had somebody up here do stuff for me. UPS store in West Haverstraw does it so much better, and they're so much more professional.
If you have too much junk in your house and you need to get rid of it, please call Clean Space Maintenance. They will bring a dumpster. You just dump the stuff in the dumpster and they take it away.
That's right. Mobile dumpster for just $199 per day. You could just put all the stuff in, they haul it away. There's like dumping fees, but it's like $30, $40. It's worth it.
Now, if you have accidentally dinged your car while you're moving your stuff out, take it to FC Perfection. They'll
Right.
fix your car up, make it look all shiny and new.
I was just talking with Frank the other day, and it's funny because he's got the auto body shop in Congers, right? And I was telling him about like my dreams for the marketing campaign that I wanted to do with like bikini models on top of like a Corvette or something like that with some like dude that's wearing like a Brad Pitt style thing. It's like, yeah, I could Biggie Smalls that too. Yeah,
And do it as a sign and take it to 99 Signs.
it could do that as well. Yeah, I mean that is an excellent correlation there, sir.
Because, 99 Signs can make a sign out of just about anything.
I know. Yeah.
Like, it is amazing the things that they can print on all of the media, digital
Hmm.
media, baseball stadiums, all sorts of stuff.
Yeah, yeah.
So if you need a sign for anything, let's say you wanted to set up a little booth in your at the farmers market in Nyack,
Mhm.
you could get a sign made for that.
Yep. They have a motto over at 99 Signs.
Oh yeah, what is it?
A business without a sign.
Is a sign of no business.
To get all your signs over at 99 Signs. And political season is heating up. So if you need lawn signs to support people that are going to be in office or may be in office or may horribly fail at debates that are coming up, for instance, one at Fieldstone. I've been working on that in the background, Mike.
Oh boy.
Yep.
He's
Not.
he's spilling secrets. He hasn't even told me yet.
Ooh, Nelly. We got an announcement coming up on Friday.
Well, first we need to finish our sponsors.
We should.
Because one of those types of signs that you might get is one saying your house is for sale, and you can call Susan Bova.
Yes, Susan Bover from Coldwell Banker Realty. And as I mentioned last week, Susan is going to be leaving us as an advertiser at the end of this month. She's all taken care of, paid up. She's been an advertiser with us for about 2 years now. And I want to thank Susan for being an early supporter of Rockland News, especially when we were ramping up this podcast and live stream thing. You were key to believing in us, and we
But she
appreciate.
has too much business now.
That's the thing. She calls me up and she says, I have too much going on. I literally cannot do any more advertising or I'm going to end up failing some customers. I says, I completely understand. Sometimes you got to modulate how much business
That's
comes
true. That's true.
and it's tough because, and I'm where Susan is as far as like trying to turn away business that might get in the way of current projects.
Right. Because you want to really focus on the customers and clients that you have right now.
Yeah, because it's like, and I learned this early on, like maybe a year or two into business, and I'm 19 years in business at this point. I learned that the sales pitch, if you got a good sales pitch, yeah, you're going to make money. Okay. But if you want people to stay with you for the long term, you have to develop those relationships. And there's one word that it comes down to, no matter what level of developing the transaction and the business and the friendship, no matter what it takes, time.
Yeah.
And the thing that I like about Susan is when she took care of my mom's housing situation in Stony Point. My mom had lived at that home for 33 years of her life and about a good 20 to 25 of my own over the years. Susan took the time to resolve it.
Right.
And that's a pretty cool individual, and I'm very appreciative. So, Susan, thank
That
you for
personal
supporting
touch,
us.
right?
Over the last 2 years, you're awesome, and I look forward to having coffee with you anytime you want. First mug is on me.
Now, speaking of beverages, craft or otherwise,
Yeah.
I would like to go down and talk about all of the crafty, cool things that we have in Rockland, like our craft beverage. And did you know, Tom, that the oldest candy store in all of New York sits nestled on Main Street in Havistraw?
Mm-hmm.
For over 100 years, the Lucas family's been making chocolate. And now they have a tavern room. They have music. You get a tasty bit of chocolate. You get a drink. It's a fantastic place to go check it out. And
Right.
they've been making craft candy for over 100 years.
Mm-hmm.
They even have a product, and this is one of the ones I love because it brings in the other craft people. They do beer brittle from places like
Yep.
District 96 or Noble Experiment Brewing Company, Round Table over in Garner Arts Center, the Stony Point Brewing Company found at the Bricktown Brewery in West Havistraw, Red Barn Cidery at Dr. Davies Farm, and go check out the Van Houtens. They have a lovely, lovely setup there in Nanuet. And if you can find their cider, which unfortunately you cannot get at Van Houten's place, it is so good, so good.
Now, I've never been to Van Houten's. I've been to just about every other craft brewery or farm or cannabis shop, the Flowery, for instance. We'll
right,
talk
right,
about
right,
that.
right.
And I don't know
Okay.
much about cannabis.
No, but you're learning. You're
I
learning.
yeah. But so the Van Houten's experience, could you tell me about it? Because I haven't been there, but I have plans on going there at some point.
So Van Houten's is nestled in this like weird residential area, but it's been there longer than the houses have been there. And it's initially it just looks like a garden center.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but they have like a little shop in there. We can get a bunch of groceries. There's there was a cider, like an actual bar there at one point. But there were some issues with the local town and the residents and all that. They have a place. If you guys are going upstate, listeners, and you want to go check out a cool place, they open a spot in Orange County where it's that whole sit down, listen to music, like a
Yeah,
festival.
kind of like a jazz
Uh,
vibe, like, you know.
well, not necessarily a jazz vibe, but that whole, like, go out into the country and go listen to some music while tying one on with the local craft beverage.
Got it. Almost like
Like a
folksy.
I
Say,
would think
hey,
that.
how are you? I
Right, right,
get it.
right, right,
I
right, right.
get it,
Yeah,
and I can relate to that very much.
right. And I like to talk about Van Halen a lot because this is one of those places where the community didn't support something that would have been really good for the community because some folks were being really short-sighted, I thought.
Mm,
Um, and I want to make sure that we are supporting our local businesses the best that we can.
absolutely, and
So,
that's part of the purpose of this. I mean, entire organization. Let's face it. I mean,
right, let's be better Rocklanders.
definitely, most
And
definitely.
the one of the best ways we can do this as consumers is go to the local shop.
Hmm.
Whatever industry we're talking about, go to the local folk, go to the person who's going to give you a little bit more personal service.
Yep,
It's magic.
I know. It's just amazing.
Hey, we didn't talk about the number
Which
60,
number?
the 61 cents of every dollar.
That's right. 61 cents of every dollar that you spend in a small business, ladies and germs. That's a true number, by the way. 61 cents of every single dollar. And this was done by the American Express Small Business Saturday Foundation of Corporation, whatever their entity is. But they basically did a study that, you know, and it's based on the transactions that go through the credit card machines and yada, yada, yada. Basically, all of the small businesses that are categorized with, I think it's usually 1 to 50 employees
Mhm, mhm.
traditionally. And then you have this middle area that's a little fuzzy. They're like, okay, 50 to 500 or 50 to 1,000. But generally, if you have like a large corporation, you're talking about over 1,000 people that are employed, in my opinion.
And most of the Rockland County small businesses don't even have 50 employees.
Oh, yeah. I mean, usually it's approximately 10 to 25 is usually the average. Your startup is going to have under 10. I can relate to that because
Right.
I was a startup. And yeah, I'm ending up getting a little granular into the numbers and I apologize about that, but basically, you know, the more individuals that you're employing, the more solid the company is
And
because it
if
means that there's
those are more
activity going
local,
on. Yeah,
then you're supporting your local community. So
right. And
the
those small business, I'm sorry,
no, go ahead.
those small businesses, they usually employ locally as well.
Right. So you're helping out your neighbors on several levels. It's going very deep into the if you spend your money at the local coffee shop versus Starbucks or Dunkin',
Hmm.
then that money is paying for a kid to go to college.
Right.
It's that person's buying groceries at the local store. Um, they're probably going to your local pizza shop to support that. So it really keeps everything together. Where networking is more than just going and talking business and professional or social networking. Sometimes it's about just making sure that the way you interact in your community is the most supportive way.
True. Yeah,
And
exactly, man.
and it can be found in very small ways.
Yep. So definitely support your local small businesses. I talk about that regularly. And as time goes on in my life and Mike's and all of our family and friends, those small businesses matter also because of the relationships you develop as friends. And it becomes a much more, well, I think the aim right now is toward a more agrarian society.
Well, only because if we go back to the whole supply line issue,
Ah, here we go.
if all of our food that we can get our that we need to survive is grown locally, then when we have issues like a pandemic, we don't have to worry about getting our food from Illinois. We go down to Dr. Davies Farm or
Exactly. Yeah.
Conklin's
It's
Orchards
just
or
right there.
right there.
Instead of like buying into like the $1 million advertising budget of like, just something AI synthesized. I mean, it's just
or big food like General Mills or something like that. They are under a different set of rules and incentives than say your local fruit producer.
Mhm.
Um, there are certain things that you have to get from elsewhere. New York State does not really grow bananas. We do not have the environment for that. But there's no reason to buy an apple from anywhere but New York State.
But you do have some Latino and Latinx friends that can send that up from South America. So you're all good on the bananas.
I
Don't you all
mean,
worry.
but my point is,
I've been talking with them.
when you're buying an apple,
Right.
why are you buying it from Washington State or Argentina when we, New York State, are one of the best apple producers in the world?
Oh, absolutely.
And we have
Absolutely.
flavors and varieties that nobody else has.
That's something I haven't done in probably about 10 years is go apple picking up north.
I mean, we can go apple picking right here in Conklin's or Davies Orchards.
That's true.
That's true. And they have fantastic apples over there, and they're good people.
I believe, if I'm not mistaken about this, that we are going to do an apple picking event sponsored by Rockland News,
Oh boy.
right?
Okay.
So, Mike, I want you to take a beat on this one. I want you to close your eyes
Yeah.
and I want you to envision
I'm envisioning.
Rockland's News organically sponsoring an apple picking event with all your friends and people that you want to, chill
What
out
about
with
all our
right now
listeners?
in time, right? Right now in time.
I mean, now is not the time to go apple picking.
And
But
yeah, exactly. And we can, and again, we'll invite our friends and so on, but also we can invite some of the people that have been listening to the show.
right.
I mean, for goodness sakes, we last year 3.6 million,
Could you imagine if even a small fraction came apple picking with us?
right?
That would be so much
Yeah.
fun.
And it's not like, I mean, we know that like our influence is expanding and, we're cool about it. It's like, we're not trying to be like on freaking Hollywood or whatever like that.
No,
It's not like
we
that. But
want to be the voice of Rockland.
yeah, we want to be
voice of
organic.
Rockland.
We want to be agrarian. We want to be small business friendly. We want to do it.
Grassroots even.
Yeah, and authentic. We try to do it by the numbers as best as possible. And when we make mistakes, we correct them. And I think that's also the thing that creates those friendships and those relationships is because we're looking out for each other no matter what.
We are trying to get connected to each and every one of you because we want Rockland to be so strong.
Yeah, absolutely. So, wow,
So, folks,
that was an inspiring segment, I have to say.
I like it.
Yeah.
I like it. Again, folks, spend your dollar at the local place. Be kind to your neighbors. Check out the cool things that we have in Rockland. There is so much there. Do you want to call up Joe's event page?
Yeah, let me look for it. Hang on one moment.
See if there's anything else cool that we should tell the Rocklanders that they should go see.
Okay, and what we're talking about is ISO Rockland. If you're looking for any sort of events that are happening in Rockland County, deals and coupons, you could actually go and get deals and coupons on here, discussions, jobs, classifieds, properties, and businesses. You can go to isorockland.com. Here's a few things that are happening locally. June 10th, we have B2B Bingo in Suffern. The blood drive is happening today. That's going to be in Pomona. That's an important thing. Wednesday, June 10th from 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. So it's happening right now over at 50 Sanatorium Road, Building A in Pomona, New York, at the Robert L. Yeager Health Center Exhibition Hall. Come out and help them reach their goal of 40 life-saving donations. Walk-ins are welcome. Make an appointment at nybc.org/donate blood. I donated blood a few times.
I have a needle phobia, so give them. I will be supportive and drive you to the blood drive, but no.
No, I understand.
needles
Don't
for
worry.
me.
It's
I
a
can't
weird
even-
feeling.
I can't even watch them on TV. I can't look at them. Nope, not for me. And I know that there are lots of people out there like myself, but for the folks who don't have that issue, please go and donate. And like I talk about in other shows, there are so many different ways to help to volunteer to be supportive. I like to talk about the fire houses because all of ours are volunteer in Rockland County, and there are so many of them. And you don't actually have to be a firefighter to support your firehouse. There
Mhm.
are lots of ways to go help out. There are food drives and clothing drives and picnics and all sorts of events. Sometimes the firehouse just needs someone to help them support their events,
Yeah, without a doubt. Like for
right?
instance, we every year we typically on the 4th of July check out a fireworks. All of us that
Right.
are listening, as well as Mike and I, um, down in Haverstraw, they have they have like the waterfront over there where you can watch the fireworks. And the local firehouse, I don't have it in front of me at the moment. I apologize. I don't have the specific firehouse.
House 5 probably.
Maybe, yeah. And basically, I mean, it's a beautiful view overlooking the fireworks that happen.
Oh, that's
And
definitely Lady Warren, House 5.
Lady Warren, exactly. Yep, you got it. Shout out to Miguel Roman.
Yep, yep, yep.
Yeah, it's
But
awesome.
or on the flip side, the firehouse comes out for your polar plunge, right?
Correct.
So
Let me just you want to take the
to my point is that our emergency services do more than just rush to emergencies. They are organizations that help the community do all sorts of things. There's all sorts of fundraisers and all of that. So again, folks, however you want to be supportive, whether it's your local library, your EMS folks, the firehouse, even to help out our police departments, those organizations are the backbone of our community, right? So
right.
to support them in any way you can, even if it's just, hey, I want to wash the fire truck today.
Yeah.
You know, people need help.
Mm-hmm.
If we're constantly out fighting fires, whether we're talking about the literal ones for the firehouse or things that are more esoteric, and there's more than just that direct thing that
Mm-hmm.
needs to be done to be supportive.
Yeah. Yeah. Exactly.
Another way you could be supportive in Rockland County is to help out Keep Rockland Beautiful. There's all of these organizations that go out. They start with Keep Rockland Beautiful, who gives them the tools to pick up the trash that some of our dirty trespassers come and toss out their windows. We want to keep Rockland a clean and beautiful place, folks. So check out Keep Rockland Beautiful. It's part of Keep America Beautiful. It is also part in conjunction with Rockland Green and Cornell Cooperative Extension, which are all about doing the right thing environmentally for Rockland County.
Right. Exactly. And environmentally, I'd like to shout out Keep Rocklands Beautiful. If you notice on some of the panels that we put on Facebook, as well as Instagram and a few other places, Keep Rockland Beautiful is one of our sponsors that we have every year. And the whole focus is just creating a more beautiful Rockland.
Correct. And if you think that recycling actually doesn't do anything, go check out Rockland Green. They're over in Nanuet. They will explain to you how it actually makes a difference because it does.
Yep. Most definitely.
One of the things that they do is they take some of this recycled material and they sell it back to industry, and that money does not go in their pocket. It goes into the county's coffers to keep our taxes down, our county taxes down.
Right.
So the more you recycle, the better it is. You are now helping Rockland and your fellow Rocklanders have a better job, and it gets us to be a more beautiful, environmentally conscious, and good county.
Right. Exactly.
So
And I think that's a good investment, not just in the county, but ourselves.
I agree with you.
And some other things that are happening on ISO Rockland. We
Okay.
got a plethora of Knicks games watch parties that are happening.
Oh, you people and your crazy sports ball basketball.
Yeah. And we know that you're just hanging on our every word here. So,
Because we know so much about sports over
this is
here.
the lead up to like what's going to be a very interesting month. Okay. Now, imagine this for a moment. Okay. It's 1994 and the Knicks and the Rockets are playing in the NBA finals. And if you were there when you knew about maybe 5 minutes before that this was not going to go in the Knicks' favor and you were going to have to wait maybe a year, maybe 2 years, maybe 5 years, nay, maybe 10,
30.
maybe 30. It may finally happen. It may not, but it also may happen. So here are some watch parties for the NBA Finals Game 4
in Rockland.
In Rockland.
Rockland.
Yeah.
Because Rockland.
Yeah. All right. So this is tonight. Start time 8:30, ending at whenever the game ends. It's going to be at the Lafayette Theater.
The oldest theater in Rockland County.
The Lafayette Theater is doing a big screen viewing of the Knicks game tonight.
And folks, if you have never been to that venue, it was an old vaudeville house, and it still has all of that classical feel to it. It's like you're stepping back in time, but you'll get to watch live Knicks.
Right. Exactly.
Again, not a sports ball person, but to sit in the Lafayette Theater and be entertained in anything, it's just kind of a cool experience. Go check it out.
Right, exactly. There's also other NBA Finals Game 4 things happening. If you're in Pearl River, at the Pearl River Saloon, they're going to have a watch party starting at 5:30 p.m. tonight. There's also going to be a watch party over at, because there's a lot of these on ISO Rockland, Lynch's on the Green, located over at the Philip J. Rotella Golf Course in Thiels. They're going to have a watch party starting at 8:30 p.m. So you can actually go to one watch party at 5:30 and then go to the second one. And then, but just
we need to have a tour bus for
just
this.
As I think about saying that, if you go, definitely make sure that you use a car service or an Uber or stonercab.com. Check them out.
This is your favorite one, right? Stoner Cab. I was going to ask you what your preference was, but
their motto is "We stay sober so you don't have to."
I mean, that is kind of them,
right? I mean, think about it. And it's a small business.
Local business, folks.
Yep. Then we have the watch party that's happening in Congers at the Red Barn Cidery.
All right.
The Knicks watch party is tonight, Wednesday, June 10th. The doors for that open at 6 p.m. Okay, so now 5:30 p.m. at the saloon, and then you go to Red Barn Cidery using Stoner Cab.
Right.
And then you hang out there at 6 o'clock. The game starts at 8:30 p.m., but if you leave at 8 o'clock, again, using Stoner Cab to get over to the other. Now, I don't know about this cannabis thing.
I mean, but you're going to learn.
Apparently. And then you get to Lynch's, which is at the golf course. It's the Philip J. Rotella Golf Course. And you can watch the watch party over there at Lynch's. Or you can be at the Red Barn Cidery watching the next party.
I'm telling you that Red Barn Cidery craft cider from apples grown right here in Rockland County. How do you get more local than that?
How could you get more local than that? It's impossible.
I mean, it's kind of impossible to get more local than going to Red Barn Cidery. So
I think we broke ourselves there.
When we want to talk about that 61 cents and spending your money in Rockland County, that's the place. It's magic. We grow it right here. They make it, they process it right here, and you get to drink it right here. And that, my friends, is farm to table. Is it time to talk about sponsor band? Because we're starting to groove. It's starting to groove. Where'd it go? Where'd it go?
Actually, that was my fault.
Tom cut us off. Let's talk about sponsor band. Again.
All right, there we go.
Let's talk about sponsor band.
Yeah.
If you are a mover and a groover, if you play bass, drums, guitar, if you like to sing, we want to hear from you. We would like you to join our family. We would like you to help us make Rockland County more rock friendly, more jazz friendly, more folk music friendly. We want to bring all of the music to Rockland. We want to bring it under one umbrella, and we want to get the sponsors, the venues, and all of you musicians out there to come and get together in harmony. Everybody gets paid. It'll be a lovely thing.
It will be a very lovely thing. And
tell them how to get a hold of us.
Well, this is the way you do it. You go to rocklandsnews.com/alert.
Alert.
And then you can put a message out there about what's happening in your local neighborhood. You can also let us know about any sort of stories that are happening in your locale. We do take news tips, and we have a team to gather that news and factually report it at rocklandnews.com. We also post a variety of stories based on the news, traffic, weather, government issues, and we post approximately 500 to 600 stories per year. And typically we get like about 700, 800,000 views per year. So we're happy with that.
And all of that is important, but you didn't answer my question, Tom.
What was your question?
How do the folks at who want to join sponsor band?
Oh, that's a different thing. I'm sorry. There's way too many URLs in my life.
Well, it isn't that the information you gave us is important, but now to answer my first question, sponsor band.
Sponsorband.com/sign up.
Because we want to hear from you.
That's
we
right.
want to see you, and we want to put you on a stage with some folks who really want to support music, like Yabu Fence, like Dana Pest Control. Tom, so what are some of our other sponsors who really love live music?
Well, we want to thank a lot of different sponsors that we work with at Rockland's News. So Fiesta Acapulco, for instance, I mean, they've done so much for the Rockland Music Fest that happens every year. And we will have an announcement about that this Friday, June 12th. And it's going to be a really tight timeline on this. Quick turnaround. So,
all right.
Yep, energy cannot be created nor destroyed.
That's
it can
what
only
they say.
Transform into something else. So
about transforming, I mean, Kobe Sushi just transformed a sushi place into a jazz lounge.
Literally 3 nights a week now. They were just doing Wednesdays and Saturday nights, and they decided, let's add in Friday nights. A friend of mine, John, and I, we were over there on Friday night. So we definitely got to go. You and me.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
Check out the ambiance. It's a game changer, just sitting right in front of the jazz and like enjoying the ambiance and then just eating sushi, very Japanese like.
But Japanese jazz?
No, it's like jazz from different, there's jazz doesn't have any sort of boundaries in terms of like race, religion, creed.
Well,
it's timeless.
I mean,
it's rooted in pain, I'd say.
There are segments of jazz, like there is something called French jazz, right? And it's usually that period right after World War II where France was being revitalized and they hopped on the American jazz scene and was like, hey, what's this music? And they kind of turned it into their own.
Got it. Okay.
So like there's bebop jazz from the 50s, right? There is
yeah.
There's all sorts of stuff. There's the Kenny G jazz, which I am not partial to. That elevator, like ethereal kind of thing. If you are interested in learning about music, this is one of the places you go because you get some good food, you get some good drink, and you're like, let me just check this out. So, folks, sponsor band, going to those local shops, eating at your local eateries, just support your neighbors.
Most definitely.
In their art, in their culture, in their businesses. Let's all be supportive of one another.
Yep. And we have some other establishments that are very supportive of the music community. Breakpoint Bowling, Whole Shot Bagels, Stony Point Massage. I got to get back to Kimmy O. Matthews. She just actually took a trip to Japan and came back. So we were going to have some tea. UPS Store in West Haverstraw. Ivy Rehab Physical Therapy. Susan Bova.
When we throw our backs out dancing at one of these shows.
That's what I was getting at.
Yeah.
99 Signs for all your digital billboard and portable sign needs. FC Perfection Auto Body Repair and Clean Space Maintenance Management. And they can help you with the mobile dumpster. Just $199. You can get entire rooms cleared out in just a few hours. And they haul all the stuff away. There's a little dumping fee usually over at Rockland Green down in West Nyack, but it's maybe like $30, $40. It is worth it to get all the stuff that's cluttering up any of our lives. I mean, I'm looking around here and, the office is pretty set up nicely right now. It just looks fantastic. But it looked less fantastic approximately 2 months ago before we had Clean Space Maintenance Management Company come over with the mobile dumpster. And then, boom, done.
Bada boom.
Bada bing, bada boom. Exactly.
It's clean. It's out of here. It's good.
And by the way, Tony D'Elia from Clean Space Maintenance Management Company, he's a fellow Paisan. So shout out to my man.
But you're only half Paisan.
You can't get rid of your relatives, by the way. You're not allowed to get rid of your relatives. You can't throw them very strongly into the mobile dumpster.
That's true. Nobody's, no dirt, no soil.
Yeah. So, we
no shovels.
We've learned from our mistakes 200 years ago. We've evolved. Now we're businessmen.
Okay. Anyway, folks.
I wish there was like a sound button for like The Godfather. And by the way,
So if you hear crickets like that and they're in your house, call Dana Pest Control.
and we'd like to thank you, ladies and germs, the people that are listening in to this cluster F of a show that started approximately an hour and a half ago. And we're on every single Wednesday from typically 8 to 10 in the morning. You could also catch us on Apple and Spotify for the replays. We also have Robert Joasis, who, Mike, by the way, we have a new Monday morning reporter, Robert Joasis. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And
tell us about Robert.
I would like to. So Robert actually worked for Rockland News approximately a year and a half ago.
Okay.
And I'll just say this authentically. We had a little bit of a falling out.
All right.
Difference of opinion, no big deal. So we shook hands, we parted company, and Robert sent me, and he's an aficionado of the arts and theater.
Okay.
So he went to, and I don't have it in front of me, but he sent me a playbill from one of the theatrical performances that he went to. And I have to say, I was touched.
Okay.
It was a nice gesture, and just kind of like put a cap on whatever the heck happens before it's like, all right, man, we're cool. So I reached out to him like about 2 months ago. And I have former employees that have gone away and then have come back.
That's true.
Shout out to Kim Anderson. That's another example. But with Robert, if there's any superpower that I have in my life, it's seeing the innate talents, skills, and general goodness of people.
Okay.
So, and when it comes to workforce development, I think everybody's got one skill, whatever it is.
I just want to pause and say, listeners, I wish Tom could take his superpower and give you a little bit of that so you could see the talents and happiness and all of that things in other people. That was a rim shot. It should have been like that.
Thank you. It
magic. It just
I was being self-deprecating.
I was trying to be magic.
Okay.
I want everybody out there to look at their fellow citizens and go, what is unique and awesome about my neighbor?
Right. Oh, yes. Okay.
That's what I'm saying.
I agree with you.
Right?
Yes.
That's one of the things you're saying, that you have a superpower to be like, hey, this person is unique and awesome in this way. How can we help them?
Exactly.
Right?
Yeah.
That's what we're trying to do. And I want to encourage everybody else to try and do that, even if they don't have your superpower.
And if you find yourself to be unique and awesome, in the words of Arnold Schwarzenegger, who just wrote a book about this, stay busy, be useful.
But be yourself.
Absolutely. Oh, there's no doubt about that.
Authenticity, man. It is the key.
I would say that a good example of being yourself is whatever the heck we do when we're on the show. It's like,
yeah, because we're pretty much being us.
I mean, we're kind of comfortable at this point. We've been doing it has it been a year since we started live streaming?
I have lost time.
That's good.
Because again, this is not our first show that we have tried to do. Like Tom was talking about moving forward and back and all that. We used to have a show called Empty Vessels.
That's right. There are 4 episodes. Those are OG episodes, man.
I think we actually have more, and they're on YouTube somewhere.
Yeah.
And it's Tom and I. You can actually see our made for faces, made for radio faces.
Yeah.
And most of what we're talking about is, what are you consuming, both in with your ears and your mouth and your nose and all that kind of thing. And it was about awareness of self.
Right.
Whereas here we are talking about awareness of others.
Yes. And by the way, I just looked up those 4 episodes. You can find it if you type in on YouTube, MT, and that's not empty, that's MT, Mike Tom, MT Vessels, and then just add Mike and Tom at the end. That way you get to see the episode. And it's not something that a lot of people watched. I mean, we've had videos literally on here that have gotten like 1 million views. Like, for instance, when we did the first flash mob over at the Palisades Mall,
right,
dance troupe and everything. It was Answer to Cancer, which was the not-for-profit charitable organization that was part of that. That was a pretty cool scene. But Empty Vessels, we got maybe like about a few hundred views, but
We
It's
also didn't
really
advertise it. We just kinda did it for
yeah, we're just
ourselves.
like, all right, we're gonna put this out here, and then we're gonna get back to it a few years
Right.
later, pretty much.
Well, and what it did is it planted the seed for this show.
Hmm.
It helped us understand that our unique talents that going back to what Tom was saying, he saw the superpower and was like, "Mike, we should do this thing." And I'm like, "Well, I have these ideas." He's like, "I love those ideas. Let's go do it."
And we've been, and hopefully you see it, is that, and I try to take in information from everybody and then, like, craft a way forward.
Right.
Hopefully you see the results. I mean, even when I sent over like the sponsor list to my friend in the news, he was impressed. And I take that as a kind of, it's something that I don't want to share in the glory of all of it. I want to share it with the team that made it happen.
Right,
So,
right.
in no small part, you're part of that.
Well, and to your point, you are a leader because you see the goodness and the talents of folk and you will encourage that versus sitting back and whipping people into shape, which is more of a boss. So,
Thank you.
one of the things to think about, folks, is do you follow a boss or do you follow a leader?
Mm.
Are you a boss or are you a leader?
Did you listen to Korn's third album, Follow the Leader?
I did not.
It was amazing. I
Okay.
wish you know what? I'll tell you what, I got to get an ASCAP license so that we can play.
All sorts of music.
Yeah. And I don't know how the technical part of this, I don't know how to submit that to Facebook or Meta. I'll find out.
Well,
That's a game
I
changer.
I hope sometime soon we are bringing lots of tunes to our listeners' ears.
Me too.
Going back to sponsor band, we would like to hear your demo stuff. If you are looking to get some recording time, we want to hook you up with that
Mhm.
because I would like to see when we are not on the air, when our news shows and our other shows are not on, that folks have the opportunity to go search up Rockland County musicians and just play it online.
Yeah, without a doubt.
You're sitting in your office, you're listening to Tito play some drums or something, you listen to Franco Casio brother band playing some funk. Like, I would love to be like, I'm bored. I'm not just going to put on random music. I'm going to put on random Rockland music.
Exactly. Yeah. And I think that's another element that we absolutely have to bring in um, at some point, and I don't know when.
When our listeners and the music community steps up and helps us out
Mhm.
because we need content, folks. We need to hear from you, from even, hey, my son's in a band, my husband's in a band, my wife's a singer over here, my daughter's playing bass over here. We want to hear about your musicians. If you're looking for a band, let's see if we can put you together with a bunch of musicians because I know sometimes it can be a little intimidating breaking into the live music scene. Sometimes I've heard a lot of folks go, "Hey, I haven't been able to play in 5 years because I can't find a group."
Mhm.
And part of networking is networking from a place of, "Hey, I can do this and I need a team. Help me find a team."
Interesting.
It's kind of what you do here at Rockland News, Tom. You build a good team and we come and we do our thing.
Yeah, and it's getting very Fibonacci sequence around here, I have to say, because like, we started out 19 years ago as a small web design company with literally 3 people, myself and 2 friends that did web design back in the day. And
And now we're a media conglomerate,
I wouldn't call it a conglomerate, but
a small little rock full of extra things.
we're a small business that has pretty good connections.
And those connections is what I'm talking about.
Mhm. Yep.
So, folks, write into us, call into us, email us, do whatever you got to do. rocklandnews.com/alert.
Alert, alert, alert.
And let us know.
Just one alert. Just one.
Yeah. We will be alerted 3 times, but you only need to write it once.
Mhm. So what I could do, Mike, if you really want to get into this, is I can create a form specifically for people to communicate directly to you. Would you
And
like that?
I would like all of the musicians out there to contact me and
Okay.
tell me that they want to play, that they want to be more, put the rock in Rockland, put the jazz in Rockland, put it all in Rockland. So us Rocklanders, whether you are the artist or the people wanting to see the artist, don't have to leave our lovely county.
Mhm. And it's a good time to be calling in about music because, again, Rockland's Music Fest 12 is going to be announced this Friday at 12 o'clock.
That is amazing.
Mhm. Yep.
And we have so many other venues in Rockland, these little tiny places like the Angel of Nyack, Penguin Repertory Company in Stony Point, Marine's Jazz Cellar. There's so many places to go listen to good music. Just go check them out. Now, the best one to go check out jazz, though,
Mhm.
is Kobe Sushi.
Kobe Sushi, located in New City, New York. And then if you mention Rockland's News, you get $15 off your entire sushi order, minimum $75. And tomorrow night, Friday night, they're going to have Leslie's social group over there. And she does these across Rockland County, for instance, over at Mekong District in Nyack, as well as Fiesta Acapulco. And she gets a lot of friends together, has a great time. If you go over to Rockland's News, the Facebook page, you'll see the flyers right there, and it's also out on rocklandsnews.com. So there's a lot of activity that's happening.
Well,
Plus,
you said Friday. What's happening tonight? Who's playing tonight?
the Knicks everywhere. The
I
watch
meant I
party.
meant I meant the jazz for
Oh,
jazz
well,
at
that
Kobe
no, but
Sushi.
Kobe's doing a Knicks watch party as well.
So they are foregoing jazz for today?
No, you can watch it in the background while the jazz happens.
That's
You see what
intense.
I'm saying?
That's intense.
Uh huh.
Well, who's playing? Who's playing to the backdrop of the Knicks? Is it
You
Mike
mean who?
Torres?
Oh no, I don't have an answer on that. I thought you were asking me who the Knicks are playing. It was like the
No,
Spurs.
I want to know who's playing some live music over at Kobe Sushi.
That we don't have an answer on right now, but I'm going to text Joyce, the owner, right now and ask her what is going on. She sent me the flyers
So
yesterday.
we can tell folks what's going on, right?
We got to get her on the show.
All right.
It'll add some context to a person that supported Rockland News over the last year or so that you haven't met yet.
Right.
And she is an absolute sweetheart. She and her husband run Kobe Sushi. And
We might have to do a live from Kobe Sushi. I think that's what we need to do.
we have. But let's do
Another one.
you and me. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah,
You
on
and
a
I,
Wednesday.
You and I, just like when we went to New York Pickleball.
Yep.
And we sat
Exactly.
there and we checked it out and we had a little tour. We got some stuff. We sat down. Just like when we go to Whole Shop Bagels, we've been to pizza places. Folks, if you want us to go and do a live show at any local business, let us know at rocklandnews.com/alert because we want to go check out all of the cool things that you guys like to make sure other people know so we can all be supportive of these businesses.
Exactly.
Because the one thing that you don't want is your business to go out of business because not enough people are shopping there.
Most definitely. Yep. 61 cents of every dollar that's spent in a small business stays in that community.
Right. Let us fight the damage that Chippy and Orange and Rockland caused in the 9W corridor by shopping at some of those places.
I'm glad you brought that up, Mike. Remember, I was going on that trail about 3 or 4 months ago. I was like, wait a minute. Chippy, they were trying to do stuff during the daytime, but why couldn't Orange and Rockland supply a safety inspector for the nighttime? One safety inspector. And I don't care if they had the legal right to do it. They should have, because the economic damage, in my opinion, that occurred from that, and it was an overall approximately $13 to $15 million deficit based on the traffic that was lost from the pipeline. All right. I'm guessing, just raw estimate, at least $7 million of that damage or more could have been avoided if Orange and Rockland supplied a nighttime safety inspector while they were moving the pipeline a little bit far away from the Chippy pipeline.
I would like to.
And by I say they, I mean Chippy was moving the pipeline away from the Orange and Rockland pipeline. But all Orange and Rockland had to do was supply a nighttime inspector. Sorry, go ahead.
Listeners, citizens, I know many of you are incensed with Orange and Rockland. And I need you to reach out to us. We will keep it anonymous to you. Tell us your woes, tell us your complaints about Orange and Rockland, because I've been seeing it all over social media that the folks in Rockland are unhappy with their power company, and we do not have a choice. If you want electricity, you have to be attached to Orange and Rockland.
New York State is installing a new power company up in Orange County area. Central Hudson is the one that's the main, the Mac Daddy over there, whatever.
The deliverer. because this is what we're talking about. Because Orange and Rockland will turn to you when we call them a monopoly and say, you can buy your power from whoever you want, which is true.
Mhm.
There's only one company who's allowed to deliver it to you, and that is Orange and Rockland,
Mhm.
which in its way is a little bit of a monopoly because then they can do things like charge you more for delivery than the actual product.
Yeah. So there's something that's being worked on by New York State Senator Michelle Hinchley. Um, she's an ardent supporter of the Hudson Valley. Let me get the exact name here. Here we go. The Hudson Valley Power Authority Act. It's basically, if it passes, it would authorize the creation of a new utility corporation called the Hudson Valley Power Authority, which would replace Central Hudson Gas and Electric. And that's to your point that, Orange and Rockland, they're just like the administrative blah.
And they do whatever they want
Well,
because there is no consequence for them not doing things efficiently. Not There's no consequence for them making any of the mistakes because there's no way for us as the
because
citizens,
they have the protection of New York State.
and unless us as the citizens have enough voices together at once, they can just shrug us off.
Mhm.
So, listeners,
Now,
please write
everything
out
that
to
we're
us.
saying, just to, be clear, it's opinion, okay? We're not experts on this. We say that for the record, but at the same time, we could see the some of the writing on the wall. We'll put it
Well,
that way.
and if Orange and Rockland is not doing something unjust, that would be fine if someone was actually looking over their shoulder. And I think part of what we need to do with some of our companies that are doing this and have those protections and are kind of standing up on their hill doing, we'll do whatever we want because we're who we are.
Mhm.
If we get enough voices of the citizens and take it to the legislature at whatever level it needs to be, there's going to be more success.
Mhm.
As Tom and I have experienced this very year, if we go out and start pressing people who are causing issues because a bunch of citizens have come to us and said, we're having a problem.
Mhm.
This is exactly what Tom and I want to do to support Rockland County from a civic health
Right.
because we shouldn't be taken advantage of like that. And we're in a world now, we're in an economy now where if the company is too big, they can ignore one or two voices. They can't ignore 100 voices. They can't ignore 1,000 voices or 10,000 voices. We have how many people who live here in Rockland County? 300,000?
337,000.
If so many of us speak up at once, folks have to listen.
Mhm.
Now, we need to go through a single point. And to that, contact us at rocklandnews.com
Forward
/
slash
alert.
alert. Yeah.
Alert,
And
alert, alert.
yeah, we do. And we cover a lot of stories. We're still on the Admiral's Cove thing. We actually have an interview. We've been lining up interviews, more interviews with the residents that have been dealing with some issues over there, quite frankly. The heating, air conditioning, the central heating and air conditioning for various buildings have had problems. There's been mold problems, and we confirmed that some of that was surface mold. It didn't have to do with like the deep, deep mold, but there was literally like surface mold that was accumulating in various people's residences. More alarmingly, there was an elevator that plunged like 2 stories with a woman in it. She was okay. There's problems with like, the previous property management company. The latest one seems to, based on what we're scanning on social media over the last several weeks, it seems to be moving in the right direction. And I know everything takes time. Seems that the new property manager cares. And we're not going to name names, but it seems like that's the direction it's going. So we see more positive movement. However, on the flip side, we've also heard accusations that some of the residents are being asked to take down their Google reviews in order to break their lease. And
Which
if they don't,
which kind of circles back,
then we have
folks,
to
to
investigate that now that we know it.
well, not just that, but there are there are organizations, and the bigger the organization gets, the more powerful they are to say, take down your thing.
Hmm.
We need a voice to be able to sing above that. That is not on the take, that is not being bought out because just because someone pays a whole lot of money, whether we're talking about big ag, Monsanto, whatever it is, doesn't mean they're doing right by the people.
Right.
Even if they're being fined, where's that money going?
Mm-hmm.
Is it going to actually repair the problem? We have a toxic site over there on Samsonale Avenue in West Haverstraw.
Oh yeah, the fire from a few weeks ago.
And it wasn't just the fire, it was prior to the fire. That company was dumping stuff into the ground,
Mm-hmm.
making it a toxic site. So the fire just alerted all of us who live there that there's this property sitting there being unremediated. We need the voices to force the issue, I guess. So folks,
Those are
reach out to
wise
us.
words. Yeah.
Reach out to us so we can be a voice and get something done.
So what do you think about me making that form for you, Mike?
Form it up.
Okay. So just so you're aware, if this is okay, we'll just say this on the air. Anything that comes in, you know, you talk with them, and then you and I talk, and then if appropriate, we'll drop it onto the air, and we'll get more interviews, obviously.
Right. I want to talk to all you folks. Tom talks to some folks. I want to talk to you musicians out there, your environmentalists. I want to talk about the gardeners. I want to talk about all of my hippy dippy passions. Come reach out to me. Tom's going to post a link. Well, it'll send right to me. I will do my best to answer anyone who has any questions. And if I don't have the answer, I will go find out.
You know what I find really amazing about this particular show, and you're going to be able to, those of you that are listening, listen to it on Apple Podcasts as well as Spotify. We post all of our podcasts there, so check it out. But I think the final thing that I think of as we're winding down the show here is that this show started a lot differently.
It always
today.
does. It always does.
Like, it was really not serious at all. It's just like blah 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 blah.
Well, we get
We
serious and then we not get serious.
Right,
And then
yeah.
we get silly. And then magic happens.
And then we do that, and then
You
and
know.
then we do this.
No, don't do that.
We
one
don't do
again.
that. I'm
Don't
sorry,
do
not
that
in the
one
studio. I
again.
don't want to.
No.
It was like, you know.
Yeah,
That one. That's
yeah,
appropriate.
yeah.
That's appropriate. But the nice thing is that we have the arc of emotions and thoughts and stuff on this show. So I want to just say, Mike, I really appreciate you being here.
I appreciate being part of this.
I look forward to continuing to work with you.
And listeners, we need your help with that. Reach out to us. Keep listening, pass it on. Talk about the zaniness and the fact that we want to be the voice of Rockland. Tell your friends, tell your family. We want to be part of you.
And with that, we're going to wish you a farewell today. Make sure that you support your local businesses. Go Knicks. We'll see how it goes tonight. There's a lot of watch parties happening. If you want to learn more about any of those watch parties, head over to isorockland.com. And on behalf of Mike and Tom, talk with you next time. And thanks for being here today.
Enjoy, my friends. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Have a good day.